point two of three that we have, areas of improvement for Shedeur.
So first thing you're going to see here is you're going to see, especially from the end zone copy, you're going to see an intentional grounding, and you're going to see a clean pocket, and you're going to see when we go to the end zone copy here, the footwork that's not needed. So you see his feet and you see him working in the pocket. Now, Fannon's right there, but I think the referee threw it because you see the panic. Now, you're going to see here, he's got the check down if he wants it, but he doesn't take the check down. He scrambles and he tries to make a play. This is a teachable moment. There is no defense for Shedeur Sanders on this particular play. And I think what I like about Shedeur is he says those things. And when you say those things, it's okay. He's trying to make a play. And I think the big teachable moment that he's really getting better at, and you saw him throw the ball a couple times, you saw him scramble, then get rid of it, is that in the NFL, you can live to fight another day. In the NFL, you can take a check down and get to 3rd and 8, which is much better than 3rd and 14, just because you checked it down and got 6 yards. Again, you're going to see the pocket. He runs himself into traffic. He runs himself into trouble. And I think the referee saw that. That's why they called it. And when you do those things, the big thing, the big teaching moment for me on this one is the score is 17-14 Browns. He had a great fourth quarter. But this turnover really hurt them because 2 plays later, they scored to go up 21-17. Wasn't his fault, but again, football is a team game. It's a complementary game. The Browns couldn't stop the run. This is the first time the defense really cost them. So all these things have to go together, and the quarterback is a piece. It's the most important piece, but it's just a piece.
Well, and the other thing is, not all interceptions are created equal because of that very thing. If it was in the fourth quarter and you were fighting and you threw that interception because you're trying to make a play, that's fine. But there, still plenty of games, and those are the things that he himself has said he's learning.
Well, yeah, and the thing I will say this about Shedeur Sanders, and I always make a point to try to be at every practice. And the reason I try to do that is because you try to see body language. You try to see how they react with others. They interact with each other. And it was funny because the outside noise was more than anything else. Every day at practice, he was attentive. He did his thing, even when he wasn't getting reps. So instead of pouting, instead of listening to all the noise, he said, you know what, I'm going to get better. I'm going to get mental reps. And the thing about life, and my dad always taught me this, life's not fair. Football's not fair. But when his number was called, he's done a really good job. And that's what it's all about. It's about reacting to what you see. It can't be about I told you so's or what ifs or this or that. He's doing a good job. Now, on to the next. You're going to see a Chicago. It's going to be minus 10 degrees cold. How are you going to handle those situations against a defense that's going to play zone and make sure you get your second, third progressions? There's a learning curve here. As great as he played last week, you got to let him go again. And if he plays terrible or great again this week, you keep moving forward and you try to stack days and stack games.
Yeah, this week is going to be a challenge for him because that defense leads the NFL in takeaways, and I think they have 2 more interceptions than the next closest thing. I've seen the Bears a number of times. They turn the ball over. Their defense creates turnovers. You can move on it, but their defense will turn teams over.
Well, if you look, here's a great thing that fans can look at. If you remember what the 49ers did to Shedeur, what they did was they did a great job of changing the picture from the pre-snap read to what he saw post-snap. Now, I think that, this Chicago Bears team, they do that really well. So they're going to show him one thing and then give him another. And they're also, what they do a great job, they do this to veteran quarterbacks too, is they demand that you stay patient and they keep it in front. And, Shedeur Sanders is a gunslinger. So if you go back to like Brett Favre and these teams, these quarterbacks who are gunslingers, if you're a gunslinger, it's hard to stay patient. And this is going to be a great test for him because they're going to keep it in front and they're going to show him a different picture. It's going to be a great test. And hopefully he learns and you keep seeing that progression.